That leads to our number 6 mistake.
Number 6. My observation as a master networker, the 6th biggest mistake that people make is a poor first impression, beginning with they don't have a business card. You know how many people I've met at business meetings that don't have a business card, and they have to run and write their email and address and name and address on a piece of toilet paper or a piece of whatever, you know, they have handy? Well, let me tell you what happens when I get your information on toilet paper. I do with that what you do with toilet paper. Right? I mean, it's crazy. Why would you go to a business meeting and not have a business card? What's the point? So A, bring a business card so you can make a good impression, and have a nicely designed business card. The B part of that is body language and facial expressions. And I think people really need to pay attention to what their face looks like in an organic or natural state. And the best way to do that is to get up in the morning, go look in the mirror, and relax your face and see what kind of expression that your face communicates when you are not conscious of how you're moving the 10,000 muscles in your face. There are a lot of people, unless they fix their face right, they really are pushing people away. They're really saying, I don't want to be bothered with. Now, they don't mean to say that, but their facial expression along with their body language is not open and not inviting. So take a look at your facial expression, take a look at your body language, and practice it in the mirror so that when you're out in the public, you have an inviting body language and inviting face. And I think the third part of a first impression is introduction. People make very poor introductions. And if you have a 5-minute or 10-minute conversation with someone, basically 9 minutes of the conversation is about you and 1 minute is about them. It should be reverse, right? The 1 minute should be about you and the 9 minutes should be about them. What you're trying to do is you're trying to ask the right questions. You're trying to bring out of that person what their interests are, what's valuable to them, what projects they're working on, and you're going through your mental Rolodex to see if there's something in your network, someone in your network, some resource that you have access to that you can provide them assistance and help right away. That's exactly what you did, Muhammad. You knew that you did Google Hangouts. You knew the kind of work that I do was very, very subjective, not subjective, but susceptible to a Google Hangout, and that's immediately what you offered. You know, he might be great on a Google Hangout. That serves my public, and that serves me, and that serves Dr. Fraser. So that's what we have to do. We have to make the right first impression. So there are 5 components of a good first impression, and a good what we call elevator pitch. Let's put it that way. And an elevator pitch should be no longer than 20 seconds long. And the 5 elements are who you are, where you're from, what you do. The 4th and 5th are how do you add value, and then quantify the value that you really add. So let me give you my 20-second pitch, okay? Hi, I'm George Fraser from Cleveland, Ohio, by way of Brooklyn, New York. I'm the CEO and founder of FraserNet Incorporated. I write books and speak on networking and building effective relationships all over the world. I help people turn acquaintances into friends and contacts into contracts. And over the last 30 years, I've helped over 5,000 people find just the right opportunity and over $500 million in new business. Good to meet you. That's 25 seconds, about 75 words. And then you turn the conversation to them. So make a good first impression.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. In fact, once I learned this one from you, I try to write it. You know, in offline, I'm going to show you how my 25 second really came up at the end. You know.
All right, don't take 10 minutes to introduce yourself. Don't even take 1 minute to introduce yourself. And yes, you have to craft the statement. Take time to craft it, count the words, practice it, practice it, practice it, practice it, so it becomes organic and natural, and then get on with networking.